My dear students and all the viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Today is the second lecture of Biotechnology, chapter 14. Today we are going to discuss about genetic engineering. Do you remember in the previous class we discussed about biotechnology? What biotechnology is? The branch of biology in which by using living organism we can produce any product that is beneficial for us is called biotechnology. There are main two aspects in biotechnology. One is tissue culture that we discussed in the previous class, and another is genetic engineering. That is our present discussion. We have to know what genetic engineering is. The process through which DNA is transferred with desired gene from one organism to another is called genetic engineering. And this is done to produce new characteristics. So the new DNA that is produced that contains desired genes, that is known as recombinant DNA. So we can also say the process through which recombinant DNA is produced is called genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology. The new organism that is produced through genetic engineering is called GMO, genetically modified organism, or GE, genetically engineered or transgenic. Now, through this genetic engineering, genes can be transferred from bacteria to human being, from plant to animal, or from animal to plant. Though there are differences between GMO and transgenic organisms, so we have to be clear about these two. We know that before 1000 years of the discovery of genetic method, men used to develop new characteristics containing organisms by the help of traditional methods. And this traditional method is known as organic evolution, which took millions of years. But because of application and use of genetic method, now this organic evolution occurs in a controlled way, and also it takes very short time. So these organisms which develop through this method is known as GMO, genetically modified organism. And by transgenic organism, it means that the organism which contains one or more than one genes that is inserted into the genome from another different organisms, another different species. So let us first know what are the steps of genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology. At first, the first step is isolation of DNA from both sources. Here, look at the sources. That is, one is E. coli, that is Escherichia coli. This bacteria is present in the dietary canal of human being, and this is very much widely used in case of genetic engineering. And upon the research of E. coli bacteria, there are many applications of genetic engineering has been done. This E. coli bacteria is very much special because it contains plasmid. Do you know what plasmid is? Plasmid is extra chromosomal circular DNA which has self-replication capability and used in genetic engineering. This is present besides the bacterial main chromosome. So the first step is isolation of DNA from both sources. And here you can see that one source is E. coli and another source is animal cell. Here, instead of animal cell, there may be plant cell, there may be any other microorganism which will contain desired gene. So first we have to separate or isolate DNA from these two sources. One is E. coli bacteria that contains plasmid, and here plasmid work as carrier of the desired gene, and another is the donor DNA that contains desired gene. Second step is cutting of DNA. We have to use one kind of special enzyme which is called restriction enzyme to cut these two DNA. One is plasmid and another is desired gene containing DNA. So restriction enzyme helps to cut these both DNA. What restriction enzyme is? Restriction enzyme is a special type of endonuclease enzyme which helps to cut DNA. Now, what endonuclease enzyme is? Endonuclease means the type of enzyme that can cut inside the nucleus. So, there are 250 types of restriction enzymes, and these restriction enzymes, it can identify specific base sequences present in DNA. So, restriction enzyme helps to cut DNA. So, what is the second point? Cutting of DNA by the help of restriction enzyme. And you can see that by cutting, there are two sticky ends produced in both cases, also in case of desired gene and also in case of plasmid. Third step, we have to develop recombinant DNA. For this, we have to place this part of DNA that contains desired gene inside the two ends of plasmid. And we have to apply ligase enzyme. Here ligase enzyme works as an adhesive so that these both DNA are added together and thus recombinant DNA is developed. So the DNA which contains desired gene and where new recombination occurs, that is known as recombinant DNA. So the fourth step is now insertion of recombinant DNA plasmid inside bacterial cell. There are different methods for this insertion of recombinant DNA plasmid. So one important process is transformation. So through transformation method, this recombinant DNA plasmid is inserted into bacterial cell. Now this bacteria is known as transformed bacteria. After that, the last step is cloning of bacteria. So after transformation, the transformed bacteria, it is multiplied into specific environment that is appropriate for cloning or reproduction of bacteria. And after that, multiple copies of bacterial cells are produced in which there are these desired DNA containing plasmids. Now after examination or after test, it is tested that whether this desired gene is entered or not. So this is the process of recombinant DNA technology. So do you remember what are the steps? At first, isolation or separation of DNA from both sources. Then secondly, cutting of these both DNA by the help of restriction enzymes. Thirdly, by the help of ligase enzyme, development of recombinant DNA. And fourthly, insertion of recombinant DNA plasmid into bacterial cell by many methods here, especially by transformation process. And last, cloning of bacteria. This genetic engineering, it is now widely used in different aspects, in different branches of biology. Now we have to know what are the uses of this biotechnology, of this genetic engineering in different fields. At first, genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology, it is used in development of new crops. New crops are produced with desired characteristics such as BT cotton, BT corn, BT rice. These are produced. These are insect resistant varieties of crops. BT rice is produced in China, and these varieties of crops, they are resistant to different insects, especially orders of Lepidoptera and Coleoptera. Different other varieties of crops which are resistant to virus, like tobacco mosaic virus resistant variety, then tomato mosaic virus resistant variety, tobacco mild green virus mosaic virus resistant variety. These are also developed through this technology. Through this technology, scientists also produced different other varieties which are herbicide resistant, such as herbicide resistant cotton, then corn, tomato. These are produced, and now the research work is going on to produce late blight resistant potato variety. Sometimes more than one traits are also inserted into the new organism, such as in case of cotton and corn, both herbicide and insect resistant varieties, insect resistant characteristics are inserted. So in different other plants, the nutritional value of crops can also be improved, such as vitamin A or beta carotene gene is being transferred into rice. Some other research works are also being done in case of different other varieties. So in case of agricultural field, there are different applications of this genetic engineering or biotechnology, such as nowadays scientists are working to develop salinity and drought resistant varieties, which will open a new door for development of crops. In livestock, in animals, also genetic engineering has a great application, such as in case of sheep, human growth hormone producing gene is being transferred to increase the size of sheep and also increase the meat production. Though this research work is now in it is in laboratory level, so this research work is going on still. But in case of sheep, also the fur quality and quantity is developed by insertion of two genes from bacteria, cis-E and cis-M. Also in livestock, like in cow, to increase the protein of milk, protein C gene is being transferred. In case of fishery, growth hormone gene of salmon fish is being transferred to Nilotica fish, Loitta fish, carp fish and other fishes, and thus 60% of growth rate is increased. In case of healthcare, also genetic engineering has great application, such as hepatitis B virus vaccine is being produced by using this technology, and obviously by the help of E. coli bacteria and yeast. Also, insulin producing gene is being transferred from human being. You know that inside human body there is islets of Langerhans in pancreas, and these cells of islets of Langerhans, it contains genes that produce insulin. So this insulin producing gene from human being, it is transferred to it has been transferred, and by the help of E. coli bacteria, this insulin can be produced artificially, and it is used in case of diabetic patients. There are some other applications in case of healthcare also, like you know that for dwarfism, human growth hormone producing gene is being transferred, and for other characteristics, for other diseases like viral disease, cancer, AIDS, some components of stimulator of growth producing over reproduction of macrophage, granulocytes macrophage, these are being produced, and by the help of this production, viral disease, cancer, AIDS, this can be cured. In case of environmental cases, this biotechnology, that is genetic engineering, it has also great application, such as for environmental wastes and sewage management. this has great application. In case of petroleum industry, in case of refinery and coal mining, these areas are now pollution free because of application of biotechnology or genetic engineering. Scientist M.K. Chakraborty developed one new recombinant bacteria, genetically engineered bacteria, Pseudomonas bacteria, which can break hydrocarbon in any environment. So you can imagine in the sea or in any water bodies when there are many vehicles run, so water can drop over there, oil can drop over there, and if this oil is present, still present over there, it will create a layer which will be very much harmful for the aquatic organisms. So by this method, by using Pseudomonas bacteria, these hydrocarbons, you know that oil is hydrocarbon, made of hydrocarbon, so these hydrocarbons can easily be removed and there will be no environmental pollution at all. So we can imagine that genetic engineering now it has so much importance. We have to know that what are the differences between the traditional ways of reproduction and genetic engineering. You know that in case of transfer of desired genes to the nearest species through traditional ways, it is almost impossible. But in case of genetic engineering, it is possible to transfer one or more than one genes to nearest or distant species. Secondly, through traditional ways, this transfer of desired genes, it is a very lengthy process. It takes a very long time. But through genetic engineering, transfer of desired genes become possible within a very short span of time. Thirdly, sometimes through traditional ways, with desired gene, sometimes unexpected genes can also be transferred. And all the time, this transfer of desired gene is not accurate always. But in case of genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology, no unexpected genes are transferred, and also transfer of desired gene is ensured or certain. In case of traditional ways, it is not followed by any kind of rules or methods of regulations, biosafety regulations. But in case of genetic engineering, it follows rules and regulations of biosafety. Another thing is, in case of traditional ways of development of crops, toxicity is not tested. But in case of genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology, toxicity is tested. So now you can imagine that through genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology, we can produce any kind of products. In case of crops, disease resistant, herbicide resistant, insect resistant, or we can develop nutritional, we can develop we can increase nutritional value of the crops, or in case of animal, we can insert any desired characteristics. In case of healthcare, in case of environmental management, in all aspects, this genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology, it has very much wide application, and investors, that's why they prefer this technology a lot. So what we have learned from this lecture today, we have learned what genetic engineering is, what are the steps of genetic engineering, and what are the uses of genetic engineering, and also why genetic engineering is better than traditional ways of reproduction. So today's homework is for 3 marks question. You have to describe the steps of genetic engineering, and for 4 marks what are the uses of genetic engineering. So these two are the homeworks. See you in the next class. Allah Hafiz.